Good day, everybody. 10 tips for consistent personal growth. Number one, get a little trippy. Overwork may be necessary sometimes, but should not be your default mode, as it leads to burnout. If you're sensing its effects, plan a little getaway, ease off the throttle, take a little time away, regenerate, then get after it. Number two, lose control. To get the most done, you cannot do it all. Delegation is an important skill for any leader. It may go against your perfectionist nature, but you need to trust the people around you. One of the things I've always done is if there's anything that I can get someone else to do, I will get them to do it because I want to focus on the things that really move my business and really move my life. And so you need to trust your people. You got to make sure that you delegate as much as you possibly can so that you can invest your energy, your time in the things that make the biggest difference in your business and towards your success. Number three, enroll. The same concepts that educators bring to lesson planning can help you in lifelong learning. What skill do you need to improve drastically on? Plan a 9-month curriculum for it this weekend. So one of the things you need to know, like when I first started in my business, I didn't know how to sell. So I invested, 2 hours a day, 5 days a week for 3 years on a program called How to Master the Art of Selling Anything by Tom Hopkins, because that was a big issue for me because I had no idea how to sell. And what I learned is you can learn how to sell. Even though I was very shy, I was an introvert, but that changed my life, totally changed my life. And then there's another thing. I was a procrastinator too. I had a tendency to procrastinate, put things off. And I learned that, if you want to be really successful, you have to develop a do it now attitude because procrastination doesn't work if you're serious about being successful. And so what I did is everywhere I could, I put do it now. Do the most productive thing possible at every given moment. That was my mantra that I developed so that I would get busy. So if I had a tendency where I want to put something off, I just went do it now, do the most productive thing possible at every given moment. You say you want to be successful, then you've got to do it now. Dream big. What do you want to do with the rest of your life? Maybe you're imagining a career change or something significant to occupy you in retirement. Get clarity with lengthy journaling sessions. So dream big, write those things down. One of the things I think is important to do is maybe even if it's just 10 things, write down the 10 most important things that you want to accomplish, where you want to go, think about where you want to be in a year, 5 years, 10 years from now. Think about those things and then formulate a plan to make those things happen. I don't care where you are or how old you are. It doesn't matter. There are things that you can accomplish, and I'm sure there's things you want to accomplish, and there's no reason not to go after it. Everybody that becomes successful, what they do is they have a plan. They write down their goals. It's very critical. The percentage of people that succeed is huge that write down their goals. You've got to put it in writing. I know you could think about other ways. You'll forget about it, and put it places where you're reminded of it. Many times a day. I've put my goals on the sun visor of my car, on the refrigerator, in the kitchen, in the mirror where I would shave and brush my teeth in the morning, at my bedside, in the living room where I would sit to watch TV. Where I had it right, I put it in a frame, so like it's a picture, but it's actually a reminder of what I want to do and how I want to get there. Number 5, get the worm. Take 2 weeks to give Robin Sharma's 20-20-20 method a try. Wake up at 5 a.m. to spend 20 minutes exercising, 20 minutes in prayer or reflection or meditation, and 20 minutes focused on personal growth. That's an hour right there. That's a great way to spend 1 hour of your day every day. Number 6, lead yourself. Know that success of the people around you is vital to the team's success, and their success is largely dependent on you. Make it a personal goal to read at least one leadership book per quarter. I think you should read probably one a month and not a quarter. I think you could increase that. I read one book a week for years and decades. And so I know if you make the time, 20 minutes here. I mean, one of the things I did to make that available, I always had a book in my briefcase. I had a book on my desk at work. I had a book, in my bedroom. in the living room. I had different books. I was reading multiple books, but every time I got 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes here or there, I would make sure I read a chapter or 2 chapters or something of a book. And by doing that and having the discipline to do that, I become an expert in my field, which allows me to become more professional, which allowed me to attract better and higher quality people into my business as clients and as representatives. It made a huge difference. You can do that. We have so many time wasters, like if in your car, turn your car into a university of success. Stop listening to the radio. Stop listening to anything that doesn't move you forward in your career and your business. That's what I did. I turned my car. Every minute I was in my car, I was listening to something that would help me grow. Now there's, audio books on that you can put on your cell phone, and I think it's called Audible, right? You could do that. I mean, there's no reason not to be growing your skills and your knowledge every single day. It's just a decision. It's just a choice. Number 7, set a stretch goal to achieve his highest grossing month ever. A solopreneur writer needed to reframe his personal expectations, commit to doing more than you thought possible by writing down a big goal. If you really look at it, look at your schedule. Like one of the things I used to do with people, I'd say, show me your calendar and I can show you why you are where you are. So if you really want to change your life, you need to be managing your time like a professional does. Like go to a doctor's office, what they do, right? So if you have an appointment scheduled for a doctor or a dentist or something like that, they're pros, right? What they do, number one, is they have somebody call and remind you, are you going to be there, right? Restaurants do this too, by the way. So like if you have a restaurant reservation, they'll call you and say, are you going to be there tonight? Because if you're not there, they want to fill in the spot with somebody that is going to be there. Same thing with a dentist or a doctor or just about any professional, attorney. So you have to make sure that you follow up like that. That's the kind of thing you need to do. You need to manage your time like a professional. One of the things that I've always done that made a huge impact in my career and my life is I would never go to bed at night without first, scheduling every waking hour of the following day. So I know who I was going to call if I needed to prepare for a meeting or a client meeting or anything. I had every hour, or for me it was prospecting or personal development. I had everything written down. So when I woke up, I hit the ground running. I knew exactly what I was going to do at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, etc. And I think that's really important. That takes a lot of discipline to do that, but that was a life changer for me. My progress exploded when I started, and the amount of stuff that I was able to get done and how quickly I could grow my business really took off when I started doing that. So it's something that I would highly recommend you do. Have no fear. Number 8, when we're growing, we're also bound to stumble and fail. Failure is a crucial aspect of success. If you're worried about an upcoming result, try sketching out its potential benefits. One of the things is we're always going to, on your way to being successful, you're going to be uncomfortable a lot. I was absolutely uncomfortable all the time. I was doing things like field training people. That was very uncomfortable for me in the beginning. Speaking at meetings and doing training was uncomfortable. And I started doing big events, big seminars. And then I started doing, weekend retreats. Every part of the things that I did to grow my business was super uncomfortable. It was so foreign for me. So it made me uncomfortable, but I just did it anyways. I faced the fear and did it anyways. That's something that you have to develop. If you're serious about success, you've got to face the fear and do it anyways. Number 9, find a mentor. Kathy Ireland, she was a former, like a supermodel. She's become super successful in her life. I mean, she's involved in all kinds of business. She's super wealthy today. She credits many of her achievements to the lessons she learned from her many mentors. If you don't have one, ask around locally, find out who can teach you something you don't know. I never had a personal mentor. All the books and audios and seminars that I involved myself in, that I took advantage of, those were my mentors. I had many books. I probably read well over 1,500 books on all different aspects of personal development. Over the years, I've spent $150,000 plus on seminars and tapes and audios and books and all kinds of things having to do with success over the last 40 years. And I've done all kinds of stuff like that. And so I didn't have a mentor, but there's plenty of mentors. There's plenty of mentors online. If you've depending what you're involved in. I mean, on Twitter, on Instagram, on all kinds of things, you can find people that are having a lot of success in life and in business, and you can follow them and have them be your mentors. Books are great mentors. I mean, we have tons of great mentors, and some of the mentors that I've had from books became friends, like John Maxwell or Tom Hopkins. I mean, different people that have became kind of mentors to me over the years. First, they were mentors in books and audios and stuff, and then as I became successful, I reached out to them and became friends with many of them, and that's something you can definitely do. Number 10, build a universe. If creativity is part of your work and life, make a concentrated effort to constrain yourself with artificial limits. What other applications of your creativity have you not considered? You can be creative. Everybody has creativeness in them. And one of the things you do is you need to nurture that creative part of you. Thinking about what you want to do, make a concerted effort to not constrain yourself with limits, right? There's so much more that you're capable of doing that you're not aware of right now at this point. And as you grow, it's kind of like climbing a mountain. Every time you climb a little higher in the mountain, you can see further out into the distance, right? It's when you get to the top, you can see the whole picture. So even if you're not sure about what's going on, just keep working on it, working on yourself, and eventually you will get there, and your awareness will change, and you're gonna be successful. And then what you're gonna end up doing is helping other people become successful, which is what I love doing so much right now in my